Greetings and grace. Do you make sure that you even meditate sometimes before you record or anything like that? Never mind the blanket. My legs are cold. And I love wearing shorts. I love wearing shorts. I don't care how cold it is. We're gonna get on into it today. We are continuing on the 30 Sacred Sayings Part 2 and found in the book of Proverbs, going through it. And we're going to talk about chapter 23. Now we're starting with chapter 23, and we're going to read about six more sayings. Or no, wait. It's eight or nine, and talk more about it. But greetings, grace. I pray that you are well, that you are excited to get in the word and look at it from a practical standpoint concerning lifestyle as well as building your brand and building a brand that's sustainable, building a brand from a point of wisdom, things like that. All right, so let's get on into it, and we're gonna continuously make some, upgrades and everything like that. Like I'm thinking of some next level stuff. Now, I will say this: I do know a lot of information, and I will also say this: when you are doing a whole lot of stuff, my lord, it's a lot of work, and you can, in fact, forget a few things, and that's just fact. But thank you guys for hanging in there with me, and I hope you are excited as we continuously take things on and take things up a notch. Okay, so Proverbs chapter 23, intercessional saying 7, where we are reading saying 7 through 15. So when you sit to dine with the ruler, note what is what note blah. Start that again. When you sit to dine with the ruler, note well what is before you, and put a knife to your throat if you are given to gluttony. Do not crave his delicacies, for that food is deceptive. Ooh. Do not wear yourself out to get rich, and do not trust your own cleverness. Cast but a glance at riches, and they are gone, for they will surely sprout wings and fly off to the sky like an eagle. Do not eat the food of a begrudging host. Do not crave his delicacies, for he is the kind of person who is always thinking about the cost. Eat and drink, he says to you, but his heart is not with you. You will vomit up the little you have eaten, and you will have wasted your compliments. Do not speak to fools, for they will scorn your prudent words. Do not move an ancient boundary stone or encroach on the fields of the fatherless. For their defender is strong, and he will take up their case against you. It's just a matter of time. Who sings that again? We'll find out. Anyway, apply your heart to instruction and your ears to the words of knowledge. Do not withhold discipline from a child. If you punish them with the rod, they will not die. Punish them with the rod and save them from death. We'll talk about that too. My son, if your heart is wise, then My son, if your heart is wise, then my heart will be glad indeed. My inmost being will rejoice when your lips speak what is right. And then saying 15, do not let your heart envy sinners, but always be zealous for the fear of the Lord, for the fear, but always be zealous for the fear of the Lord. There is surely a future hope for you, and your hope will not be cut off. All right, so before we get on into this, because you know what, this is, we're gonna get deep with this one, y'all, but get ready. Greetings. Secure your path in just 3 steps. I myself knew a piece of my purpose, but I lacked the depths of my vision. I knew that I would make an impact, but I did not feel significant because I didn't know how to achieve this and actually make money online. Now, I exercise the confidence of my purpose, execute my strategies for more impact, and I feel more fulfilled, making money as a result, helping other educators do the same as me. Some have even left their 9 to 5. Specifically, this year, I want to help 1,000 people discover their purpose in depth, strategize their impact, and make money online organically with the right information and guidance straight, no chaser. Go to online.theetablueprint.com right now so that you can be confident in your purpose like me and no longer lost on your path. My name is Imani Allen, and I own Priceless Faith Productions, where your impact can become omnipresent. 10x, baby! All right, I was looking up who sings it. But let's get on into it. All right, so saying number 7, when you sit to dine with the ruler, note well what is before you and put a knife to your throat if you are given to gluttony. Do not crave his delicacies, for that food is deceptive. So what does this mean to you? And right, I really want you guys to share what this means to you, because from my perspective, and this is we're not like going into the Blue Letter Bible, aka the King's or Strong's Concordance, right? I don't know if you guys know about that, but we'll talk more about that and fully understanding the Greek, Hebrew, and Aramaic, right? The Old Testament is mainly written in Hebrew. The New Testament is written in Greek as well as Aramaic. Honestly, I think that those should have been languages we actually learned, because bump all these versions. Let's go to the original context. Come on, you know what I'm saying? Like all these different versions, the fact that different versions have decided to remove certain verses which are extremely important, it's wild. It's wild. And not even to mention, just a quick little rant, the fact that 2 Timothy 3:16 says all scripture is God breathed and is useful for teaching, rebuking, correcting, training in righteousness. So that includes those books that were voted out of the Bible. Now, man did that. Did God do that? I mean, the books of Enoch. Enoch never died. Don't you think that his books are important? The fact that there's a book on worship, the fact that there's all these books, right? One of the Marys had a book. You know what I'm saying? I find it interesting what happens when men get involved in their egos, and it's wrong. It wasn't cool. Just because we're not even gonna get into it anyway. Verses 1-3. What I see this as is like, maybe if somebody's giving you an overabundance of something that actually has ulterior motives behind it. Maybe that's a good way to look at it, because right, if someone's giving you a whole bunch of stuff and you don't necessarily deserve it or you didn't earn it, it's kind of like, oh, what's on the other side of it? Or we can almost look at it like social media. We have all of this free access to do so many things, but I forgot who said it. It might have been that social network movie, not The Social Network. I'm talking about the Social Network documentary, when they talked about what social media does and how they paid hundreds of thousands of dollars for just the like button, right? Okay, so everybody's called a user or a consumer. I don't know about you, but personally, we should not be, accepting ourselves as that. One, and two, if something is free, you are the product. And when you accept those terms and conditions, there's a lot of stuff that can happen. All right. So, be careful, because that food can be deceptive. All right. Saying number 8, do not wear yourself out to get rich. Do not trust your own cleverness. Cast but a glance at riches and they are gone, for they will surely sprout wings and fly off to the sky like an eagle. I think it's extremely clear. Don't wear yourself out to get rich. You know what I'm saying? Remember when we talked about don't be hasty? Let's not be too hasty. Was that Aladdin? Still, I think he's rather tasty. Gotta still gotta eat till gotta little eat. Otherwise, we get along. Yeah, okay. Aladdin. Let's not be too hasty, right? And also thinking about money all the time. I mean, I get it. It's easy. Money is the answer to all things. Money answers all things. That's in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? But not all money is good money. Not only that, yeah, the wealth of the wicked is laid up for the just, but how you get it matters. If you are just, how you go about getting money matters, and you can't make your whole life about getting money, right? Talks about here, seek knowledge, exercise faithfulness, be righteous. I mean, it's simple, man. It's simple. It's simple. And I think a lot of times humans, our emotions, right? What we feel, it, and how we grew up and who we are naturally, it just complicates things, So think about things like that, And saying number 9, do not eat the food of a begrudging host. Do not crave his delicacies, for he is the kind of person who is always thinking about the cost. Eat and drink, he says to you, but his heart is not with you. You will vomit up the little you have eaten and will have wasted your compliments. So if somebody is clearly just, they're in a mood, they feeling some type of way about certain stuff, and it's just evident, that they are begrudging. Hold on, let's look it up. Look at a trusty etymology. Etymology. Hold on 1 second. Wow. Are you like me? Do you have a lot of tabs open? Or do you have, what I'm saying, a lot of apps open and things like that? Begrudging. Begrudge. Grumble over. Find fault. Show dissatisfaction. Especially envy the possession of. to murmur, find fault with, be angry. Oh my Lord. We all can think of somebody that we know that they always find something wrong. I mean, it could be a beautiful day, something's wrong. They could, be getting love, something's wrong. Somebody could be giving them a gift, something's wrong. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, Jesus, woo, that's a word right there. Do not eat the food of a begrudging host. Do not crave their delicacies. They're always thinking about the cost. Now, I'm not saying that the dude's father from Everybody Hates Chris was like this, but it just kind of made me think of who's always thinking about the cost. That's 13 cents of oatmeal. You better eat that. It's just funny. It made me think of that. I'm not saying that is in reference to this scripture. It just made me think of that. So that was a quick sidebar. But like, you got to think of it like this. It's not always just food. Sometimes people will give you stuff and then, it just comes with extra stuff. It may come with just like toxic energy. Like, okay, think of it like this. Conditional gifts. Have you ever received something conditional and then they use and they exercise like manipulation and things like that? Like, that just takes away. It's like, you know what? I didn't ask for this. I don't want it. You know what I'm saying? Or have you ever been given something you didn't ask for and it's like, whoa, time out. And then it was conditionally held over you? Man, look, that's that stuff. Y'all be careful, because these type of people, they grumble over something, they find fault with everything, they show dissatisfaction, they they envy the possession of something, they murmur and they always find a fault with, and they always angry. They got grudges, grudges in it. Grudge. Hold on, we're gonna look this up real quick because this is too good. That's how you pick out people who are grudging. Murmur, complain. To begrudge, envy, wish to deprive of. Jesus, wow, that was a verb. Ill will, excited by some special cause. Wow, that's deep. That's kind of actually deeper than what we would normally say somebody holding a grudge of. Wow. Woo, words are power, y'all. But complain, grumbling, and everything like that. But to wish, to deprive of, that's next level. Ill will, excited by some special cause. That's some next level. So that's closer to resentment, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? So be careful. Woo. We're not gonna really get into it, but it says you will vomit up the little you have eaten while have wasted your compliments. You're gonna be upset with what you ate, with what you took, and you have wasted your compliments or the nice things you say. Man, you gotta be careful out here. You gotta be careful, man. All food ain't good food, Some of it's genetically modified in the wrong way. Saying number 10, do not speak to fools, for they will scorn your prudent words. This is fact. What was okay, yeah, we know that movie, Forrest Gump. Stupid is as stupid does, right? But also, what's that quote? It says, it says, never argue with a stupid person because you will never win. Hey Siri, who wrote never argue with a stupid person because you will never win? Wait. The Apocryphy? Hold on 1 second. It says the Apocryphal Twain. So, okay. I think there's an apocryph. It starts with an A. I think I could be wrong, but there's a book that one of the lost books talks about stuff, apocryphal, something along those lines. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not sure. I will look it up. But let's see. They're saying, okay, never argue with stupid people. They will drag you down to their level and beat you with experience. The Apocryphal Twain wrote that. So Mark Twain wrote that. Yo, that's funny as heck, man. Never argue with stupid people. We'll say it one more time. Never argue with stupid people. They will drag you down to their level and beat you with experience. And I don't know about you, but if you are seeking wisdom, ain't nobody got time to be sitting out here arguing with folks, especially who just want to argue. especially who, God has allowed for them to believe their own delusions. It's it's in the Bible. Look, a teachable person will want to learn. They're going to ask the right questions. Not necessarily, people who choose to be foolish and choose to think they're always right will, but God can change hearts. So, just let it go, keep moving, wish them God bless. And yeah. Saying number 11. Do not move an ancient boundary stone or encroach on the fields of the fatherless, for their defender is strong and he will take up their case against you. Ooh wee. This kind of just makes me feel like this connects. This connects. And we on Black History Month. I find we're not gonna get into it. There's a lot that I could say, but it's interesting. It's interesting, like we talked about yesterday briefly. The ancient boundary stones. Leave this stuff alone. Leave people alone. Leave people alone. Only hatred. Only hatred be out here doing a whole bunch of stuff. Woo! Love is the way. Saying number 12, apply your heart to instruction and your ears toward, apply your heart to instruction and your ears to words of knowledge. Have your heart set on seeking knowledge and listen for the wisdom. That's what it's saying. Do that in life. Do that in business. Seriously, it's okay to be, not the smartest person in the room. Because if somebody there is smarter, right? E.T. did when he dropped one of his albums, he did one called Uncle Warren. I love it. It's one of my favorite clips by E.T., Coach E.T., Eric Thomas, right? And I'm like, okay, I'm listening to. He's talking about Warren Buffett, right? I'm definitely a fan of Warren Buffett. Dude is just chilling off of dividends and compound interest. So I'm like, yo, that's dope. So he talked about how when Warren bought Coca-Cola, how they took I'm gonna say the 8-ounce cans, how many were sold every day, and when he purchased it, he had them raise the price 1 cent, which instantly brought him an additional $6 million per year in income. And Coach E.T. said, Uncle Warren, he's asking him a question. He's like, why do you read, stuff from, it was some Ford magazine or something like that, or some Ford article. And Warren said, because success doesn't have a year on it. And that was like, that it made so much sense. Success doesn't have a year on it. When you think about it, all of the stuff that we see in the world, all of the problems and the solutions that we're seeing in the world, the system, you find the system, you solve it, and you duplicate the system. You duplicate over and over and over again the system that is the solution. And I mean, like, think about it. Amazon, Jeff Bezos. I mean, like, I remember watching this interview with Jeff. Yeah, I still got to do my nails. Excuse me, I'm a little self-conscious about it for a moment, if that's the right word. Jeff Bezos, there was an interview, and I think it was the year I was born, 91. And like, he was holding on to some of his hair. I'm like, baby, just let it go. Cause he looked great now. But like, he was holding on to his hair, and this news guy was like, he was just, being a jerk. He was being a dirtbag. And, he was like hunched over, you know what I'm saying? Jeff Bezos, like you could tell, like, this dude was like really put everything into it, because he was like hunched over like this. And I'm like, dang, dude. But like, the guy kept asking these like pestering questions, like, how dare you, like, why in the world are you even buying, these big warehouses and everything like that. And Bezos always went back to the customers. It's about the customers. It's about the customers, to the point where he made everything about the customers. Look at Amazon Prime, phenomenal. I mean, same day delivery. And then when he got in bed with, Whole Foods, and who owns and Monsanto owns Whole Foods or something along those lines. I remember seeing that about a few days right before they sealed that deal. I said, oh man, that's going to be huge. Not a fan of Monsanto really, but we're going to keep on moving. And, but the fact that he made that deal, that's when he went up in a large amount of income. Why? Because he had the right knowledge. He knew what to do with it, because his heart is set on finding the right information and following instructions, right? So whomever he's learning from, like, yo, that dude's a beast. If it's just books, beast mode, okay? And then his ears are always towards knowledge. Great listening skills. Come on, man. Saying 13. Let's see where we at. Ooh, we 20 minutes in. Okay. All right. I'm gonna try not to be long-winded, but this is great information. Great conversation, great starting points, great things to start to think about as you're building your brand, as you are developing your overall life. Right? When you think about it like that, you're taking things to a new level. Man, I don't know if I'm gonna keep this all the way to the end of Proverbs because man, this is baggy. But as you can see, pricelessfaithwear.com. Wow. Keep losing weight, y'all. Keep losing that weight. All right. Get healthy. 80% what you eat. Okay. Saying number 13, do not withhold discipline from a child. If you punish them with the rod, they will not die. Punish them with the rod and save them from death. I am one of those people that do believe in gentle parenting. I'm not a parent yet. However, I have seen as well as experienced disciplining a child in a completely different way. And I'm talking about family. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about like, yeah, they described as bad, but I have successfully been able to lay the law down without actually using a rod. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I don't believe that you really need to use that. And that whole saying talking about it keeps people from prison. Look, people from prison have literally said a lot of people that are sitting in prison got spanked. What does that tell you? That tells you that it's imperative to pay attention to, a child's needs, how a child communicates. And just because they're acting out, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're bad. They are having maybe a trauma response or an emotional response. And I believe it is our job as adults to learn how to communicate effectively, how to communicate in a way that they'll understand. And so that means that we have to continuously invest in our way of communication and our way of demonstration, right? And showing them and teaching them and edifying them on how to express their emotions, right? And then how to solve problems, right? When we teach them and we give them that ear so that help them express what it is that they feel, a lot of times the child's not bad. There's something else that's going on. So we just have to find a way to communicate with them to find out what's going on. And again, I'm not a parent. Some of y'all gonna do what y'all gonna do. Hey, look, at the end of the day, what people do is between them and God. You know what I'm saying? I'm just one of those people that I do advocate for not whipping your child. I'm a big advocate for that one. So, there's all different types of way to do tough love. I mean, even what is it? They call it standing on the wall, sitting on the wall, that 90% thing. There's so many different things that you can do. Writing assignments. I had writing assignments. My Lord, I had writing assignments. Okay. Anyway, wrote till my fingers hurt. My Lord. Saying 14, my son, if your heart is wise, then my heart will be glad indeed. My inmost being will rejoice when your lips speak what is right. I'll say that again. My son, if your heart is wise, then my heart will be glad indeed. My inmost being will rejoice when your lips speak what is right. This is beautiful. This is just like, again, like mentor to the mentee, parent to a child, teacher to a student. If your heart is wise, then that just makes the people that taught you, rejoice and be glad. And when they speak what is right and they do what is right, it's just a beautiful thing. Ooh, 23 minutes in. Saying number 15, do not let your heart envy sinners, but always be zealous for the fear of the Lord. There is surely a future hope for you, and your hope will not be cut off. Right? Don't be jealous of people who may, on the surface, may appear that they have everything, but on the inside, they're empty. That's just, think about it. That's just facts. You know what I'm saying? There are people out here. I remember seeing a quote recently and I loved it. And it was, people out here with a whole loaf will be jealous of your slice. And that's also the other way around. People with one slice, or they know they feel as though they have one slice without realizing that they have a whole loaf, are jealous of somebody who has maybe a loaf, but they're really like 3 slices. There's so many ways you could think about that. And when you start to think about things like that, you're like, man, what was the cost to achieve that? Yeah, they may have all of this, but are they really loved? Do the people around them actually care about them? Would they show up? Right? Are the people using them? Think about things like that. There are so many people that still don't even know who their real friends are. That's important. You know what I'm saying? And the right friends, the right people around you, that's valuable. That's priceless. Those are the people that even if they never join your company or what it is that you're building, but those are the people that no matter what, you can count on them and they can count on you. And those are the people that you can call at 1 o'clock in the morning to pray. Those are the people that you can call in an emergency. Those are the people that you can call on. And those are the people that, hey, when you make it, like, those are the people that you can have around you, because those people actually care about you and they're down for you, right? Like, you're down for them. And they'll call stuff out. Like, I'll tell you what, right? One of my closest friends, right? We became friends not too long ago, but like, we really like asked each other hard questions to determine whether or not we were going to have a friendship. And one thing I love about her, when I was sharing, because we hold each other accountable, I was sharing something about, I was like, yeah, I'm feeling him, that type of jazz, and sharing a couple of things. And I remember asking a question. I was like, what are your thoughts? Am I tripping or something like that? And she's like, manipulator, right? And I'm like, how? Because what am I missing right now? What am I missing? But like that right there, right? We love each other enough to be honest like that. That's love right there. You know what I'm saying? Because and right, I think a lot of times people, especially when it comes to relationships, right? Or even, situationships, whatever, interests and everything like that, whatever, your heart's involved, okay? When it comes to things like that, if you got somebody that will be honest with you like that, don't wave them off. Ask them to break it down for you, because maybe they know something that you don't know, because they got more wisdom in that area. Look, that's love right there. Everything ain't always got to be pretty. Everything ain't always got to be pretty. And a lot of times people fake the pretty for a very long time, but they ugly on the inside. And that demon can really hold on but so long before it just pops out and everything just turns ugly and gets ugly. So, excuse me, that's just a bit of a rant. But look, your friends that love you enough to tell you, be like, yo, my love, like this person, I don't know if they're the right person for you. You know what I'm saying? Give it some time. Observe, right? Take what they said, you know what I'm saying, and observe, right? There's so much stuff. I could really go on and on about it, but we are in it. And I thank you so much for tuning in. Of course, we're going to continue on part 3 in the sacred sayings, 30 sacred sayings, and it'll be like 16 saying 16 through 19, and we're going to have some more fun. All right, talk to you guys soon. Thank you so much for being here. Baby.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Ron Diamond with What Do You Think Marketing. I want to talk to you guys about Amani. Look, this girl really, really helped me out when I was in a jam. So I had a prospect, I had a demonstration coming up, and I wanted to really impress this prospect. So I wrote the ad copy, I got everything done, but I really wasn't feeling the ad copy. So I got in touch with Amani, shot it to her. She took a look at it. 24 hours later, sent me the ad copy back. Oh, man, it was fire. So, what I was able to do in my demonstration, yeah, money, 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 money. I closed the deal with Amani's help. So, if you're on the fence and you're thinking about picking up the phone and calling Amani, stop. Stop watching the video right now. Pick up the phone and give her a call. You'll be doing yourself, oh man, you'll really be doing yourself a favor.